'85 started like really every year because we thought we'd win every year.
He was one of the premier closers in the major leagues. But it's the open of one season ex-relief pitcher Dan Quisenberry remembers. It was springtime, 1985, and the words of the late manager Dick Hauser had special meaning.
Every spring, it was the same speech. We're a good team, and we're going to have adversity, and we're going to have bad calls, and we're going to get sick, and we're going to get hot and fatigued, but we're going to be in a position in September to win it.
And in '85, Hauser was right. And so was the chemistry for winning. A mix of veteran stars plus talented youth and a manager who didn't overcoach.
He thought the team could basically police itself, and it did. Hal McRae and George Brett were our leaders. George on the field and Hal in the dugout.
It's leadership that carried them through the playoffs against Toronto. Leadership that never said die, especially during that pivotal Game 6 of the World Series. The St. Louis Cardinals were 3 outs away from the title, but something stood in their way. Something called momentum.
When you have momentum, it doesn't matter who you're playing. No, I still remember it because no one is sitting on this bench. Of course, no one was sitting in those seats. Everybody stands up.
And that's a looper hitting the right field for a base hit. McCrispy on scores. Here comes Sunburn. Here's the throw. He scores. We go to a 7th.
After that win, euphoria erupted around Kansas City. The Cardinals were doomed.
Tony is going, and the pitcher's again drilled to left field, hooking down the line, and gone.
When I come to the park, I would like to relive it.
1 decade later, Dan Quisenberry returns to the ballpark. Old friends remind him of those good times, a time when the team played hard, had fun, and won it all. A combination, he says, will fill the stands again someday.
Whether it be 1996 or 97 or 98, whenever it happens, when they win again, you'll hear everybody singing and whistling and talking about how hard everybody's playing and how wonderful and nice they are.
It was a team that captured a city. It was a time that lives only in memory until that time returns. The quiz calls it destiny.
It'll happen again.
To Motley for the title.
These days, Dan Quisenberry is busy outside of baseball. Among other things, he writes poetry.
What a time it was. As we wrap up another baseball season with